to be with you. And I just wanted to end today's show by thanking all of the wonderful people who work behind the scenes at this network. You may have seen some reports about me and the show. And after giving all of this some careful consideration and weighing an alternative time slot CNN offered me, I've decided to move on. I am grateful to CNN for the nearly 18 years I've spent here doing the news. People often ask me if the highlight of my career at CNN was at the White House covering Donald Trump. Actually, no. That moment came here when I covered former President Barack Obama's trip to Cuba in 2016 and had the chance to question the dictator there, Raul Castro, about the island's political prisoners. As the son of a Cuban refugee, I took home this lesson. It is never a good time to bow down to a tyrant. I've always believed it's the job of the press to hold power to account. I've always tried to do that here at CNN, and I plan on doing all of that in the future. One final message. Don't give in to the lies. Don't give in to the fear. Hold on to the truth and to hope. Even if you have to get out your phone, record that message. I will not give in to the lies. I will not give in to the fear. Post it on your social media so people can hear from you too. I'll have more to say about my plans in the coming days, but until then, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. It has been an honor to be welcomed into your home for all these years. That's the news. Reporting from Washington, I'm Jim Acosta.
Yeah, Jim right now is in a caught between a rock and a hard place. And he hasn't been in the real world for so long that he doesn't really know what it really means to hold on to a job. He thinks that we care somehow about how he feels and whether or not he's standing on truth. Jim, if you are not creating some form of relevant content within the next month or so, then you will be forgotten about too. Nobody cares. Nobody is tripping about it. I remember when Jim Acosta actually got didn't he get his press pass revoked like 6 or 7 years ago or something like that? Because he was beefing with Donald Trump. And so Jim has been a long-time Trump hater. He's been a long-time antagonist and has not been objective in his coverage in the media of certain events, certain people. And I think that the highlight of his career, what he'll be remembered for, is not him following Obama, not him questioning any, dictator or anything like that. Jim will be remembered for getting his press pass taken away and then getting it reinstated because he is a longtime Trump hater. And I believe that Trump had a statement on this. I'll try to find it by the time that I end this recording. But yeah, Jim Acosta will not be remembered as somebody awesome. And he picked the wrong time to actually stand on business. CNN actually is going through a transformation similar to MSNBC. CNN is going through a transformation similar to MSNBC, and that transformation is based off of the fact that they're not doing the numbers. They're going through a problem with their revenue stream. In that recent lawsuit, it was a defamation lawsuit that CNN went through with somebody that they claimed was something that there wasn't. And so they wound up doing a $5 million lawsuit that they paid out. But the reality was that lawsuit started to open up the fact that CNN's net worth had been slashed by over $2 billion within 4 years simply because they weren't doing the numbers that they used to do. And so CNN is already looking to cut costs. I know that they already got rid of Don Lemon. Don Lemon now just became a full-time YouTuber and TikToker, and that's cool. I don't have any problem with people going independent and starting to do their own thing and stuff like that. This is a lot of work, and it takes a lot of work in order to be successful. And I think that people will be successful. But going independent and doing it used to be looked down upon by traditional media. Like you had to get these big contracts and things like that. And now it's funny because I've seen a press secretary, and I'm going to review this on the Millionaire Morning Show tomorrow, and I might do a video. But I've seen a press secretary for the White House basically giving precedence to, blog people and content creators and independent journalists and media, people like me, in which I applied for a press pass. They're giving precedence to them, and they're getting away from traditional media like CNN and MSNBC. So, with CNN and MSNBC's fortunes starting to plummet and people walking away from woke media, and they want real journalism. They want people to call it like they see it. They want people to call it down the middle and just, say whatever it is that's really being said, and then separate the difference between what your opinion is and what the facts are. Jim Acosta, with him, getting a proposition from CNN to take a different position and being moved from one of the head anchor positions because he's not hitting anymore, he decides that he wants to take his ball and take it to a different court. And I don't know if he's going to be successful or not, right? My opinion of somebody's journalistic integrity has nothing to do with their ability to earn. So I'm leaving that part of it out of it. I don't think that Jim Acosta is that great at all. He's been with CNN, as he indicated to you guys, for over 18 years. And I think that he's going to find the landscape difficult. When you do a job, right? And I'll kind of break it down from two different lenses. When you do your job is to make money and to bring home income. I don't know what his finances are, but if you're still working, chances are that you depend on those finances in order to live the lifestyle that you want to live. And so a lot of times we get it mixed up, and we think that just because we're public figures, that it's not important also for us to do our job. And if you have to take a different position in order to continue to run up a bag, then maybe you should do so. From the lens of a financial perspective, unless Jim can finesse his way into a better job, into a different network, in which most networks are not interested in taking super liberal media personalities, the old clothes, the old guard, and then giving them a huge contract. I know that MSNBC is going through it. ABC, they straddling the line. Obviously, you see CNN is going through it. MSNBC is suffering more than most. When you see a lot of these journalists and they think that they can take their ball because they're standing on truth and they don't want to downgrade or anything like that, family, you need to play your role and play your position, because it ain't sweet out here. Ain't nothing sweet, and it's not going to be great for you, and it's not going to be a good situation. On the flip side, I think that he's going to find it more difficult than ever if he decides to go the independent journalistic route, because he is no Tucker Carlson. He is no Candace Owens. I'm not even sure he's a Don Lemon, because, Don Lemon got the sassy crowd, and he got the woke liberal women that rock with him. And I don't know if he knows what it really takes in order to be a successful independent journalist, but it's a lot more work. When Tucker Carlson decided to leave the network that he was on, and he decided to go his own way, he was getting huge offers from Patrick Bet-David. He was getting, courted by Elon Musk over on X. And it looks as though he's doing an incredible job because people follow him and people look at him and say that he's a great journalist, or he's a great reporter, or he's a great interviewer. And then he found himself doing some of the most incredible work that I've seen him do in his career, as far as going over to Russia and, capturing certain moments and documenting certain things. And so, when you see those type of people, they are winning. But there's other people that think that they're bigger than the network, and maybe they should have held on to traditional media as long as they possibly could and took a lower position. We know that a lot of these companies are laying off, and it should be interesting to see what his journey is. Again, I'm not against anybody going independent. I will never, say whether or not people should or shouldn't get certain bags, but to see him quit that way live on air and to have a meltdown like he just did, it can't be good for his future prospects. But I'll definitely keep you guys inside of the loop. But Jim Acosta, he'll be more recognized and known for getting his press pass took and being an arch nemesis of Trump that ultimately lost the war, than a person that created some of the greatest journalistic moments over at CNN. Nobody cares. Nobody is remembering you for that. This is a short-term, short-lived moment. You'll get your moment today. We'll move over to the next story tomorrow, and everybody will forget about you. Make sure you guys tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description, as well as Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.